Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. Today's episode is packed with useful insights on a topic that touches all of us, healthy eating habits. Whether you're looking to improve your daily food choices or want to learn how to create a more balanced lifestyle, this episode is for you.
That's right, Jennifer. Eating well isn't just about losing weight or sticking to a strict diet. It's about making smart, sustainable choices that fuel your body and keep you feeling your best every day.
And while we talk about food and health, remember that by listening to this podcast, you're also sharpening your English skills. Engaging with conversations like this helps you improve your listening, communication, and vocabulary all while learning something new.
So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of healthy eating.
So why is healthy eating such a big deal, Thomas? What's the real impact on our lives?
Great question. Healthy eating affects everything from our energy levels and mood to long-term health risks like heart disease and diabetes. The food we eat fuels our body, and if we're putting in the wrong types of fuel, it affects our performance.
Absolutely. Think about how sluggish we feel after a heavy, unhealthy meal. Compare that to how we feel when we've had something light, nutritious, and balanced.
Right. It's like the difference between putting high-quality fuel in a car versus using low-grade gas. You'll notice how your body responds when you eat better. And the long-term benefits are undeniable.
And this isn't just about physical health either. The mind is also deeply affected by what we eat. Studies show that a balanced diet can improve mental clarity and reduce anxiety.
It all ties together physical, mental, and emotional health. That's why we're starting here today. Okay, so let's talk about the basics of building a balanced plate. What should it look like?
For starters, it's important to have a variety of colors on your plate. That usually means you're getting a range of nutrients. Think of colorful vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and whole grains.
Yes, balance is key. You need a good mix of carbohydrates, proteins, and healthy fats. Each of these macronutrients plays a role in keeping us energetic and full.
For example, proteins like chicken, beans, or tofu help build and repair muscles, while healthy fats like avocado and nuts keep your brain functioning well.
And don't forget fiber. Whole grains and leafy greens provide that, helping with digestion and keeping you fuller for longer.
A balanced plate isn't just about what you eat in one meal, though. It's about getting variety throughout the day.
Exactly. We need to look at the bigger picture. Balance over the course of a day or even a week is more sustainable and realistic.
Now, let's talk about something we all struggle with: processed foods. Why are they such a problem, Thomas?
Processed foods are convenient, but they're often packed with hidden sugars, unhealthy fats, and artificial ingredients. They can cause weight gain, high blood pressure, and increase the risk of chronic diseases.
And the scariest part, many processed foods are engineered to make us crave them more. It becomes easy to overeat without realizing it.
Right. They're designed to hit that bliss point, a combination of sugar, salt, and fat that makes us want more.
That's why it's so important to read labels and try to eat as many whole, unprocessed foods as possible.
It's not just about cutting them out completely. Moderation is key, but awareness is the first step.
Exactly. It's all about making better choices most of the time. One of the best ways to stay on track with healthy eating is meal planning. Do you meal plan, Thomas?
I do. It saves me time and helps me make healthier choices. When you have your meals planned out, you're less likely to grab fast food or unhealthy snacks.
That's a great point. It can also help with portion control. When you cook at home, you know exactly what's going into your food and how much you're eating.
And it doesn't have to be complicated. You can prep simple meals in advance, like salads, roasted vegetables, and grilled chicken. It's all about making healthier options more accessible.
Plus, it saves you money. Eating out regularly can be expensive, and meal prepping cuts down on costs.
I think a lot of people see meal prepping as something only for fitness enthusiasts, but it's useful for anyone who wants to eat healthier.
Exactly. And once you get into the habit, it becomes second nature.
Now let's talk about cravings. Everyone gets them, right?
Absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with cravings as long as you manage them. The trick is to understand why you're having them. Is it emotional? Are you actually hungry? Or are you just bored?
That's a great point. Sometimes cravings are a sign that our body is missing something. For example, craving sweets might mean you're low on energy.
Or it could be dehydration. A lot of people mistake thirst for hunger.
True, and while it's okay to indulge once in a while, regularly giving into unhealthy cravings can derail your progress.
That's why it's important to find healthy alternatives. If you're craving something sweet, try fruit. If you want something salty, go for nuts or seeds.
And sometimes just waiting 10 minutes can make a big difference. Often, the craving passes if you give it a little time.
We can't talk about healthy eating without mentioning hydration. Water is essential for our bodies, and it often gets overlooked in discussions about nutrition.
Absolutely, Jennifer. Many people don't realize how crucial water is for our overall health. Every cell, tissue, and organ in your body needs water to function properly. It helps with digestion, keeps your skin healthy, and even helps regulate your body temperature.
And the crazy thing is that a lot of us walk around mildly dehydrated without realizing it. We might feel tired, have a headache, or be irritable, and we assume it's because we're hungry or stressed. But in reality, we're just not drinking enough water.
Exactly. Sometimes we even mistake thirst for hunger, leading us to snack when what our body really needs is a glass of water.
Right, and it's recommended to drink about 8 glasses of water a day, but that can vary depending on your activity level, the climate you live in, and your body size.
For sure, and don't forget that staying hydrated can also help with portion control. Drinking water before meals can make you feel fuller, so you're less likely to overeat.
That's a great tip. Plus, if you're not a fan of plain water, there are lots of ways to make it more enjoyable. You can add slices of lemon, cucumber, or even berries for a bit of flavor.
Hydration is key to a healthy lifestyle, so make sure you're sipping water throughout the day, especially before meals or snacks. Let's talk about breakfast, Jennifer. A lot of people skip it, but I've heard it's the most important meal of the day. Do you agree?
I do. Breakfast literally means breaking the fast, and it's essential to give your body the energy it needs to start the day. Skipping breakfast can make you feel sluggish and affect your concentration throughout the morning.
Exactly. When you don't eat breakfast, you're more likely to overeat later in the day because your body is playing catch up on those missed calories. And we know that when we're really hungry, we don't always make the healthiest choices.
That's so true. Grabbing a donut or skipping breakfast altogether can set the tone for poor eating habits throughout the day. On the other hand, a balanced breakfast with whole grains, protein, and healthy fats can boost your metabolism and keep you feeling satisfied.
And the good news is that a healthy breakfast doesn't have to be complicated. Something as simple as oatmeal with fruits and nuts, or a whole grain toast with avocado and eggs can do wonders.
Plus, making time for breakfast can help you establish a routine. It's a way to start your day on the right note, both physically and mentally.
And if you're pressed for time, there are plenty of grab-and-go options like yogurt and granola or a smoothie packed with greens and fruits.
The key is consistency. Once you get into the habit of having a healthy breakfast, your energy levels and focus will improve throughout the day. We've touched on portions a bit earlier, but I think it's worth diving deeper into the importance of portion control. Sometimes, even healthy food can be too much of a good thing if we're not mindful of how much we're eating.
That's a great point. You could be eating the healthiest food in the world, but if you're eating double or triple the portion size your body needs, it could still lead to weight gain or other health issues.
Exactly. Our portions have gotten larger over the years, especially in restaurants. It's easy to lose track of what a normal serving should look like.
And this is where mindful eating comes in. Taking the time to listen to your body's hunger and fullness cues can help prevent overeating.
A good trick is to use smaller plates. When you use a big plate, you might feel the need to fill it up, but a smaller plate can make your portion look more satisfying, even though it's actually less food.
Another strategy is to measure out snacks in advance. If you're eating directly from a bag of chips or a container of nuts, it's easy to go overboard without realizing it.
I also like the idea of eating slowly. It takes about 20 minutes for your brain to register that you're full. So if you rush through a meal, you might overeat before your body has a chance to tell you to stop.
Yes, and drinking water before and during meals can help with this too. It fills your stomach, helping you feel full with smaller portions. Let's switch gears a bit and talk about emotional eating. I think we've all been there eating because we're stressed, bored, or even just because we're feeling down.
Yes, emotional eating is something many of us struggle with. Food can be comforting, and when we're feeling upset or anxious, it's easy to turn to a snack as a way to cope.
The tricky part is that emotional eating doesn't usually solve the underlying issue, and it often leaves us feeling worse afterwards, especially if we've eaten unhealthy food in response to our emotions.
Exactly. It's important to recognize when you're eating out of hunger versus when you're eating because of emotions. One thing that helps is keeping a food journal. Write down not only what you're eating, but also how you're feeling when you eat.
That's a great strategy. When you're aware of your emotional triggers, you can start to develop healthier coping mechanisms like going for a walk, calling a friend, or practicing mindfulness instead of reaching for food.
It's also about giving yourself grace. We all slip up, and that's okay. The goal is to recognize patterns and work on making healthier choices more often. Stress is something that we all experience, and it can have a huge impact on our eating habits. When we're stressed, our bodies release cortisol, which can increase cravings for sugary and fatty foods.
Yes, stress eating is a common response, especially because high-calorie foods can temporarily boost serotonin levels, making us feel better in the short term.
The problem is that turning to food when we're stressed can lead to overeating and guilt, especially when we choose unhealthy options. It's like a vicious cycle where stress causes unhealthy eating, and then that unhealthy eating causes more stress.
Exactly. And during prolonged periods of stress, it's easy to gain weight or develop unhealthy eating patterns. That's why it's so important to find healthier ways to manage stress.
One thing that helps is keeping healthy snacks on hand. If you know you tend to stress eat, having healthier options like fruits or nuts readily available can help you make better choices.
And don't underestimate the power of exercise. Physical activity can reduce cortisol levels and help manage stress without turning to food.
Yes, and other stress relief techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or even talking to someone can make a big difference in how we handle stressful situations.
Mindful eating has become quite popular lately, but what does it really mean, Jennifer?
Mindful eating is all about being fully present when you're eating. It means paying attention to the flavors, textures, and smells of your food, as well as recognizing your hunger and fullness signals.
That's right. A lot of us eat while we're distracted watching TV, scrolling through our phones, or even working at our desks. Mindful eating encourages us to slow down and really focus on the act of eating.
When you eat mindfully, you're less likely to overeat because you're more in tune with your body's signals. You start to recognize when you're truly hungry versus when you're eating out of habit or boredom.
Exactly, and it's not just about eating slower, it's about enjoying your food more. When you take the time to really taste your food, you might find that you're satisfied with less.
I think the key is to eat without distractions. It can be hard at first, but making meals a dedicated time for eating and not multitasking can help you build a healthier relationship with food.
And don't forget about gratitude. Taking a moment to appreciate your meal can enhance the experience and make you more mindful of what you're putting into your body.
We've talked a lot about healthy eating, but exercise is just as important when it comes to maintaining a healthy lifestyle.
Absolutely. Regular physical activity can improve your mood, boost your energy levels, and reduce your risk of chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and obesity.
And the great thing is that you don't need to spend hours at the gym to reap the benefits. Even small amounts of physical activity, like walking, biking, or doing yoga, can make a big difference.
Exactly. It's all about finding an activity you enjoy so it doesn't feel like a chore. Whether it's swimming, hiking, or dancing, the key is consistency.
Yes, and combining regular exercise with a balanced diet is the best way to improve your overall health. They really go hand in hand.
And remember, exercise isn't just about weight loss, it's about feeling strong and capable in your body. It can also improve mental health by reducing anxiety and depression.
So whether it's taking a walk after dinner or finding a fitness class you love, staying active is an essential part of a healthy lifestyle.
Now, here's something we often overlook: how sleep affects our diet. Did you know that not getting enough sleep can actually lead to weight gain?
Yes, I've read about that. When you don't get enough sleep, your body produces more ghrelin, the hormone that makes you feel hungry, and less leptin, the hormone that tells you when you're full.
Exactly. That's why sleep deprivation can lead to overeating and cravings for high-calorie foods, especially late at night.
Not to mention, when you're tired, you're less likely to exercise or make healthy food choices. You might reach for caffeine or sugary snacks to get through the day.
It becomes a cycle. Poor sleep leads to poor eating habits, and poor eating habits can disrupt your sleep.
That's why getting enough quality sleep is so important. It not only helps regulate your hunger hormones, but also gives your body time to repair and recharge.
So, if you're trying to improve your diet, don't forget to prioritize your sleep as well. A good night's rest can make all the difference.
When it comes to living a healthy lifestyle, building healthy habits is key. But it's easier said than done, right?
Definitely. Changing your habits takes time and effort, but starting small can make it feel more manageable. You don't have to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight.
Exactly. It's about making gradual changes that you can stick with. For example, if you're trying to eat healthier, you can start by adding more vegetables to your meals or drinking more water throughout the day.
Yes, and once those small changes become part of your routine, you can build on them. Maybe next you'll start preparing more meals at home instead of eating out.
And don't forget to celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Positive reinforcement can help keep you motivated.
The important thing is to be patient with yourself. Building healthy habits takes time, and there will be setbacks, but what matters is that you keep going.
Consistency is key. Over time, those small habits will add up and become second nature. One thing we haven't touched on yet is hydration. Drinking enough water is crucial to maintaining a healthy lifestyle.
Absolutely. Water is essential for almost every function in the body, from digestion to regulating body temperature and even maintaining your energy levels.
It's easy to forget to drink water, especially if you're busy, but staying hydrated can prevent fatigue, headaches, and even overeating. Sometimes, when we feel hungry, we're actually just thirsty.
That's right. I try to carry a water bottle with me throughout the day to remind myself to stay hydrated.
A good rule of thumb is to aim for at least 8 cups of water a day, but it really depends on your activity level and the climate you're in.
And remember, other fluids count too, like herbal teas or water-rich foods like fruits and vegetables.
Staying hydrated is one of the easiest things you can do for your health, but it's often overlooked.
Another important aspect of maintaining a healthy lifestyle is having a strong support system. Social connections can greatly impact our health and well-being.
Yes, studies have shown that people with strong social support networks tend to live longer and have better mental health.
It makes sense when you have people to talk to, share experiences with, or lean on during tough times. It can reduce stress and give you a sense of belonging.
And it's not just about family. Friends, colleagues, or even community groups can provide the social support you need.
Exactly. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage you to live a healthy lifestyle can also help you stay on track.
So, whether it's joining a fitness class or just having a friend to go for a walk with, staying socially connected is an important part of overall health. We've talked a lot about healthy habits, but one thing we haven't touched on yet is self-care. Taking care of your mental and emotional health is just as important as your physical health.
That's true. Self-care can mean different things for different people, but it's all about doing things that help you recharge and feel balanced.
For some, self-care might be as simple as taking a relaxing bath or reading a book, while for others, it might be spending time with friends or pursuing a hobby.
Exactly. The key is to recognize when you need a break and to make time for activities that bring you joy and relaxation.
When you prioritize self-care, you're less likely to burn out and more likely to have the energy and motivation to maintain a healthy lifestyle.
So don't feel guilty about taking time for yourself. It's an important part of staying healthy and well.
Let's talk about meal planning. It's one of those things that can really help you stay on track with your healthy eating goals.
Yes, meal planning not only saves time during the week, but also helps you make more nutritious choices because you're less likely to grab something unhealthy on the go.
It can also help with portion control. When you plan your meals ahead, you can decide in advance how much you're going to eat, which can prevent overeating.
Exactly. It also saves you money because you're less likely to eat out or buy expensive, processed foods when you already have meals prepared.
Plus, it gives you the opportunity to try out new, healthy recipes and get creative in the kitchen.
If you haven't tried meal planning yet, give it a shot. It can really make a difference in sticking to a healthy lifestyle.
Staying consistent is one of the hardest parts of maintaining a healthy lifestyle, don't you think, Thomas?
Absolutely. We all have busy schedules, and it's easy to let healthy habits slip when life gets hectic.
That's why building a routine is so important. When you make healthy habits part of your daily routine, they become automatic.
Yes, and having realistic goals is key. You're more likely to stick with something if you set small, achievable goals rather than aiming for perfection.
And it's okay if you have a bad day or fall off track. The important thing is to get back on track the next day and not be too hard on yourself.
Consistency over time is what leads to long-term success. Small, consistent changes add up.
One thing we haven't touched on yet is balance. It's important to remember that a healthy lifestyle isn't about being perfect, it's about finding a balance that works for you.
That's so true. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking you have to eat perfectly or exercise every day, but that's not realistic.
Exactly. Life is all about balance, and that includes allowing yourself to enjoy treats or take a break from exercise when you need it.
I agree. The goal should be to create a lifestyle that's sustainable in the long term, rather than aiming for short-term perfection.
So, if you slip up, don't stress about it. Focus on the overall picture and remember that balance is key. Physical health is something we've talked about extensively, but mental health is equally, if not more, important. Without taking care of your mind, it can be hard to maintain any of the other healthy habits we've discussed.
That's true, Jennifer. I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that mental health care only matters when there's a serious issue. But just like with physical health, it's about prevention and regular care.
Exactly. You don't wait until you have a broken leg to start thinking about your physical health. And it's the same with your mental well-being. Simple practices like mindfulness or meditation can go a long way.
And it's not just about relaxation techniques. Sometimes it's about setting boundaries, knowing when to take a break, or even seeking help from a therapist if things feel overwhelming.
Mental health doesn't need to be a taboo subject. It's something everyone should talk about openly because it impacts every aspect of our lives, from how we work to how we interact with our loved ones.
Exactly. Recognizing stressors and finding healthy ways to cope with them is essential. Mental health, just like physical health, is something we need to nurture daily.
And by doing so, you create a balanced lifestyle that benefits both your body and mind.
Something else that plays a significant role in our overall health is the quality of our relationships. I'm sure you'll agree, Jennifer, that having healthy, supportive relationships can drastically improve our well-being.
Absolutely. It's well documented that strong, positive connections with friends, family, or even colleagues can reduce stress, promote happiness, and even improve our immune system.
On the flip side, toxic relationships can have the opposite effect. Being in constant conflict or feeling unsupported can lead to stress, anxiety, and even physical symptoms like headaches or fatigue.
That's why it's so important to surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you, people who want the best for you. Healthy relationships are a two-way street. It's about giving and receiving support.
Yes, and that doesn't mean relationships are always perfect. But being able to communicate openly and resolve conflicts in a healthy way is key.
For sure, whether it's with a partner, a friend, or a family member, maintaining positive and respectful communication can strengthen your emotional and mental health.
Exactly, because when you feel supported and valued, it's easier to maintain your physical health and overall well-being.
One practice that I think is sometimes overlooked but can make a big difference in how we feel day to day is practicing gratitude.
I couldn't agree more. Gratitude is such a simple concept, but it has the power to shift your entire mindset. When you focus on the things you're grateful for, it's easier to stay positive even during tough times.
Yes, and research has shown that regularly practicing gratitude can lead to better mental health, reduced stress, and even improved sleep quality.
It's true. I started keeping a gratitude journal a few years ago, and it really helps me reflect on the positive things in my life, even on bad days.
That's a great practice. It can be something as simple as writing down 3 things you're thankful for every day. It doesn't take much time, but the impact is significant.
Exactly. Gratitude helps you focus on the present moment and appreciate the small joys in life. And when you approach life from a place of gratitude, it's easier to maintain a healthy lifestyle overall.
Yes, because when you're in a positive mindset, you're more motivated to take care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Now that we've covered so many different aspects of a healthy lifestyle, Jennifer, the big question is, how do we sustain these habits long term?
That's the million-dollar question, Thomas. I think the first step is accepting that a healthy lifestyle isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. You have to approach it with the mindset of making gradual changes.
Exactly. Quick fixes rarely work in the long run. Small, consistent actions are what lead to lasting change. For example, if you're trying to incorporate exercise into your life, start with something manageable like a 10-minute walk every day.
Yes, and over time, you can build on that foundation. Maybe next month you add a 15-minute workout, and after that, you try a yoga class. The key is to create habits that are sustainable.
Another important thing is to be flexible. Life is unpredictable, and there will be days when your routine gets disrupted. The goal is to adapt without losing sight of the bigger picture.
That's a great point. It's about consistency, not perfection. There will be setbacks, but what matters is getting back on track and continuing your healthy habits.
And don't forget to celebrate small victories along the way. Every healthy choice, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction.
One of the hardest parts of maintaining a healthy lifestyle is staying motivated. We all have days when we don't feel like sticking to our habits.
Definitely. That's where finding inspiration comes in. Whether it's through a support group, a fitness buddy, or even listening to podcasts like this one, surrounding yourself with positive influences can keep you motivated.
Yes, and it's important to regularly remind yourself why you started in the first place. Whether it's to feel better, live longer, or have more energy. Keeping your why in mind can help you push through tough days.
Exactly. And it's also about finding ways to make healthy habits enjoyable. If you hate running, try cycling or dancing. If you're bored of salads, experiment with new recipes. Variety is key to staying interested.
And don't underestimate the power of rewards. Giving yourself small rewards for achieving milestones can keep you motivated and help you stay on track.
Right. At the end of the day, it's about making healthy living something you look forward to, not something you dread.
We've covered so much today, from the benefits of exercise and healthy eating to mental health, gratitude, and maintaining healthy relationships. There's so much that goes into leading a healthy lifestyle, and it's really about balance.
Absolutely, Jennifer. Living a healthy life isn't just about one aspect, it's about finding harmony between your body, mind, and environment.
And like we've said throughout the episode, it's a journey. There will be ups and downs, but every step forward counts.
That's right. The key is to stay consistent, stay flexible, and remember that your health is worth the effort.
So whether you're just starting out or you've been working on your healthy habits for a while, know that you're doing great. Keep going, and we'll be here to support you every step of the way.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope you found this episode helpful and inspiring.
Take care, and until next time, keep living your best, healthiest life.